Hello and welcome, whoever will turn in. I'm going to do a card reading tonight. I wanted to see what the card would reveal around the energies and or us. I just wanted to see what cards might be revealed to help support, help to continue to hold on, stand strong. Um, and in the description, I think I even have something like, are you being triggered? Are you noticing that your triggers are less? Are you noticing that sometimes they just come up where you least expect it? And interesting, were you guided to become triggered in the sense of showing up where maybe you weren't going to be or were going to be? And it was surprising. Maybe I found that, oh, I thought that was gone, or I would be more compassionate, or I, as in me, maybe you noticed you had a judgment or you had a way that you wanted to share that you squelched, that you didn't speak up. Even though you've been speaking up, you've been having great noticing yourself, really going in stride, leaping over hurdles pretty super easily and very happy in yourself, just taking everything as just, whatever's being dished out that may look challenging, awful, gruesome, bloody, difficult, hard, harsh, lacking, and yet you're noticing you're doing very, very well overall. But then there'll be a moment and you just have a hiccup. Maybe not with the people or person, but even as an aside, that in immediacy, humor was not coming into play, but rather, oh, I will show them. Or that you could have a scenario where your words um, may have not been as gentle and pointed, or as gentle and an example of too much thinking, not reacting, not portraying yourself authentically. Maybe that was best at the time because, as many of us who are observing and noticing, we're fine tuning. And so it's not to excuse, but yet gently let yourself off the hook because so many people are needing signs that say, let's help each other. So many people are needing reminders of hang tight. So many people don't know what you know. Don't know what I know. Don't know what you know. Therefore, they can't have the complete connection of the dots at some level that makes everything extremely understandable, palatable, even in its most unreasonable presentation, because you know what's going on worldwide in its nutshell. You know about off-worlders. You know about agreements that aren't shared with the public. You know about definitions and situations, calibrations, and energy that has been misused to program us so that our subconscious can't override the conscious and choices, and that we really have to say, right, focused on our energy, desires, vision boards, magnetic attraction, heart and head together in belief to have things come about in that magical way that it is meant for us to come about, right? And there's going to be um, different kinds of sound therapies coming or that have exist. For example, maybe they're expensive to look into or buy. I think there was one holotrope or some kind of sync frequency that was given to me. I don't even know if I still have the CD. If I did, I'm going to play it. But it had something to do with wellness and alignment, and I don't even have the name to it. I have to try to reach that practitioner and see if he's still around. And that was like 150, like one CD was $150. Okay, maybe that's easy for you. You get a whole bunch of these, you know, channeled CDs that seem to unlock gates. But let's say you can't, and that's why I had the other day that I spoke about, I think, in energy presentation last night, excuse me, or the night before, was about syncing our hearts and our brain in focused belief to have what we want happen. This is for me that I'm saying it, and for you when you discover this. So we're about 6 minutes into this reading, and I haven't turned the card yet. I did have a couple of cards come up when I asked about what the energies want to reveal to us tonight about our energies and, holding the line, holding the light. I'm going to, they did come out to a number 9. But hang on one second, please. So as far as I remember, number 9 is, and it's in the description pretty much, sharing your wisdom and talents and, skills with the world and not holding back. And are you maybe giving out your energy, especially to people who they don't value you, because you keep on giving a little bit more out to an arena of people around you who don't even care what you say. Don't care. So don't. There'll be a way, go in the woods and have your, do your own demonstration for yourself. Take a walk and talk out loud. Be in your car. Fill up on you. Don't squelch your light, and don't not fill up on yourself. No, fill up on you. See how I can try to get this glare out of my glasses, but I guess I can't. There we go. So, and the other part is around that is also speak up. There was something today that happened that I wish I spoke up and maybe would have seemed out of line. Maybe it was better that I didn't. But at the time of taking this walk in this wooded area, very popular walking spot, I could feel I had to go to the restroom, but I really wanted to go on the walk as far as I could, because today with the heat, it's like I was always being sent to the restroom. So had I just said, you know what, I'm going to go to the restroom one more time, I would have avoided being triggered. I allowed myself to be triggered by a family, mom and dad, 2 boys. Oh my God. One of the little monsters, God bless children, God bless us all, had the a magnifying glass and wanted to burn ants, set them on fire on this walk. And one, so his mother, he had tweezers. He was trying to grab the ants to torture them. And I was like, walking by this. I wanted to say, hey, stop doing that. You little dummies. You dumbass parents. Every creature values their life. And to be honest, part of me wanted to be a little satanic evil on them, because I know the psychology, baby. I know evil, and I know virtuous light. And I'm so glad that the angels are watching over me. They're watching over you too. Oh, I want to tell them if those ants were even a third a size, a half a size of you, you'd be numbed, you'd be dragged to that nest, and you'd be eaten alive, and you could feel it because your poison had set in, darling. You'd be picked to the bone, you little monster. Turn it. Dumbass asleep people. Okay. That is how I felt at that moment. And I didn't say anything because I'm trying to have a good time. Wait, I was feeling for them. I was not feeling for myself. So I had a trigger. And the trigger, as I use myself for an example, is to notice, because as these things happen in me, again, in some way, whatever your issues or not so much, whatever shadow you're cleaning up on, your worthiness, your knowing, your brilliance. But if there's a seed of something to learn, which is a lot about noticing. I mean, at this time, it's been pretty intense. There's a lot of people around us who are in their ego. Ooh, I was with that kind of mindset. But noticing, and then are you taking your care of yourself appropriately? Are you speaking up? Are you able to say, I'm trying to create relationship here? No, I can't do that, but I do want to help you. So I'm trying to offer and give you help. And so we can meet and move forward. And some people do, and some people don't, and some people kick you out and they don't um, honor who you are. Let me see if I can change this a little bit better because I'm feeling like it was weird at the screen. So I'm going to pull some cards. I'm just going to see what the energies want to, the iconic images want to say to us about energies tonight or the next few days. Just keeping the faith, holding the line, taking care of ourselves during this time for our highest destiny. What do they have to say about taking care of ourselves during this time? Okay, so and just see the little pointers that they're gonna bring out for us. As I do that, let me just go into the first card that I pulled, which was this Five of Fire, and then from the Oracle deck, this is a tarot, the good tarot. Let's see if this will go. And then reflect and release. Now, number 5 on its own is about change, manifestation, adventure, a journey within, or a physical journey. And 3 and 1, 4. 4 is about being you, leap of faith, foundation. So that's really cool in terms of all I just said. What is our foundation? How are we supported in our foundation? Are we supporting our own foundation? So it's interesting. I do like to see in the good tarot what the author had to say about the number 5. I'm just curious as this theme unfolds. Creative brainstorming, unity and diversity, honoring differences. I did honor differences today by not saying anything. However, I do feel a part of me in observance. I can see how I can say things to not come from ego. I would have come from ego had I said something. But I also kind of feel like Shazam, they would have had a big firecracker under their butts, because how many people speak up when you see like the parents are being asleep? Hey, or children behaving. Yes. Don't we have that expression, boys will be boys? And haven't you noticed boys? I noticed one boy do something really, I thought it was gruesome with bugs a long time ago, and I'm not going to go into that right now. But I'm just saying, sometimes we got to speak up. Sometimes we got to be that squeaky wheel and say, you know what? Not anymore, baby. Boom, bang in the face, big blow up. Later we love. And then later I might be on the other side thinking, I wish it didn't come quite from ego, but boy, do those people need to wake up. Little cannibals, little monsters. Anyway, I hope you're laughing with this because it is meant to teach and laugh. It is meant to have humor, because as we can see how we might have done something differently in another opportunity, we can turn it into humor and love ourselves and fall in love with ourselves even deeper. And we can care about ourselves, and we can observe, and we can learn so that we are truly masters of our ship. So the number 5 was about, I have the freedom to explore ideas that seem most far-fetched. What seems crazy today proves tomorrow to be brilliant. Like a child willing to stretch her imagination when a new playmate comes into the garden, I open to new people, new ideas, intrigued by what is novel and unfamiliar. This is a time for what is counterintuitive, for appreciating ideas from out in left field and what they might offer. So it would have been okay to speak up, because it would have been me. It would have been authentic in that moment. But there's even more learned now, because there's even more learned now, because the distress of not speaking up, of who I'm becoming, it might have taught them something too, like to have a light bulb go on. But now I know me. And when I'm confronted to learn my lesson, I can say something, and I can say it strongly. I can do my best to touch my heart and have it come from my heart. Again, it's not about seeing ahead of time how other people will react, but taking care of me in the moment of expression. And this guy from the Oracle, the Essene, this is St. Francis. So as we're holding our own on our journey in support of energies, how the energies are speaking to us. And I've noticed this with my own pets. Maybe you have too, or maybe just the animals that might seem to run across your path, squirrels, bunnies, other dogs, other cats. Just seeing nature when you are around nature or farmland, or just observing, as you open the window, driving. Not the animals kind of acting differently, acting more astute, aware, open. Have you noticed some on the end of leashes? Some are wanting to be more. Some are curb-tailed by the other human. But reflect and release, helping our energies, because as we are experiencing some high intense energies and shift changes and just going through, a lot of stuff that you may hear from others or be on TV, if that's around your awareness. Remember, much is a scripted show. Some of it's improv. A lot of it is cast of characters on purpose. And some now have a cast of characters on purpose with innocent that are used as scapegoat or examples of, or are terminated in the example of learning. And in it, without knowing maybe another connection to deeper evil or horror, which is why those people, children even, are expendable as energy beings because of this particular show, script, improv, scripted or improv, with people knowing what's happening, observing in the world, wanting those to question, wake up, and rise up. So all these things can sometimes leave you a little bit like, yeah, I know that, and you have to just, it. And sometimes it's a little upsetting. It may come out in other ways. So I wanted to see what the other cards will come up tonight when I use the Oracle cards on how the energies are just speaking to us about, the support and what's coming up for us to keep in mind, especially the next couple of days. We're going into a whole another month. I'm not pulling cards right now on the month of June. It's just the next couple of days as we go into this bridge, right? We've had in the U.S. The cards I won't. We've had Memorial Day. I find that a double-edged sword, excuse the pun, because all over the world and in the United States, where we want to honor America, Americans, the valiant who have given their lives, well, that's been a big mix in the military. Your sons, your daughters, your husbands and wives, your family members, friends, and strangers that you might care from your church or community or high school, wherever, set up as pawns for a bigger orchestration of destruction. And most wars were never really finished. They were just a horrific, energetic, emotional, mathematical equation of distraction, destruction, and definitions that lead people to hate each other and fear life and fear all the things they're planning, rather than opportunity for growth, for assimilation, for transmutation, because all of those wars, whatever they are, were controlled, and the leaders back in all countries, and especially here, yes, dear ones, in our fucking United States and the fucking America, controlled wars, controlled bitches. So we have a lot to stand up for and stand together for, and not take bullshit from each other. I'm not talking about if you can't stand the squares, don't be on this channel. I'm talking about as we rise up galactically in our power, we're going to come to a place where we can allow others, and our own radiance is going to disarm anybody with shadow. They're not going to trigger us. These things will be history, true history, revealed history, accurate history, and energy assimilation, transmutation of the past. Past as a mirror to never repeat again. So let's see how the cards want to come up a little bit tonight for supporting us, supporting our energies, and holding our own line of business over these next couple of days. For our highest destiny, for goodness, for virtue, for open kindness, prosperity, alignment. How you doing, Dad? Got 3 so far. See how it goes. This one is questionable. Check that out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards, another 5 of change, adventure manifestation. Ooh, get my little cheat note out. Get my little cheat numbers out in case I want to see more. Yeah. Gratitude and abundance. Okay. Appreciation. Let's see. From the 5, appreciation of the world around you to bring, which can bring positive change. Let's see. Okay. Well, we have a lot of great cards. We have a lot of female cards actually here. We have 1 male, which is pretty obvious because it's the wake, the divine masculine. Interesting. So, oh, you're pretty good. I'm glad. So if you go back a little bit, if you should go back to the beginning, you'll see about how I was talking about speaking up, not speaking up, scorching the light, the energies right now. There's a lot of male energy, which someone else noticed on another Telegram channel that I belong to, and sometimes I'll read intermittently. And they were having a lot of people around them with like sort of this male 3D ego. And so I've had that in the last couple of weeks, couple of instances, and handle it just graciously, just fine, just was present, not wishing them ill, whatever. I just handled it and it's like, okay, ready to move on. And this one today was a little bit like, I wanted to like get him, but I didn't. I kept it within. And there's ways for us that we must express that speaking up power. We must express our divine masculine, not only for male expressing their connection to divine masculine and their female side, but us females, for us expressing, being us, nurturing, powerful, grounded, warrioresses, and also in charge leadership, speaking up. Divine masculine, but still sometimes women, speeding around the bush. Sometimes when I come out, it's appropriate. Sometimes people need to hear what you got to say, even if I'm just giving an example. You motherfucking assholes, you got your head up your ass, you dumb asses, you dumb parents, you got your silly monster children. I'm going to choke them right now. I'm going to shove them in the book over there, you motherfuckers. I'm going to take my tweezers and tweeze you. Let me see your little penis. I'm going to knock that off, you goddamn fucking little monster trying to kill little things in the woods. I'm going to kill you right now. That's how I kind of felt. Because I was on this nature walk. I was communing with the trees. I was communing with the green. I was feeling good. I was so happy. I was walking on that trail, and then they were there, the 3D people. And I let myself get triggered just a little bit. Didn't say anything. Was kind of hoping I'd see him on the way back just a little. Kind of hoping I wouldn't see him on the way back. So I hope you're laughing because part of what I'm doing is theatrical. Part of what I'm doing is expressing myself. And no, I would not want to truly hurt the little boys. They just have parents who are dumbass. But I don't know them. Maybe they're not always dumbass. Maybe they have moments of dumbassness. I think there should be a medical term. Oh, my dear, I know you spent all this money to see me, but all I can tell you for sure in the medical journal, you got this thing, it's fixable, it's shiftable, but it's called dumbassness. It means you got a dumbass because you need to take your head out of it. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Wake the divine masculine. God, what number is this? Oh my God, this is number 5. Number 5 keeps coming up. Number 5, going on a journey, going on the journey within. Manifestation, abundance, clarity for appreciation. Remember, adventure, change, manifestation, appreciation of the world around you, which brings positive change, gratitude, abundance, shifting energies. This feeling of gratitude and abundance will shift energies, and you know that. You may go on the physical journey, you may be going on your inner journey. I think many of us are going on both. Listen to your body. Notice and be aware of surroundings and the elements. Faith in action, earth, air, fire, water, spirit. Okay. I'm going to go through the cards a little bit and come back. Your goal is within reach. And number 9. Oh, we got number 9 again, right? Share your gifts, wisdom, skills with the world. Don't be giving out your energy to people who don't deserve you and your mastery or your blossoming. Go by. Let it go. Allow them to be. Let it go. It's not that you condemn it or condone it. Condone it, no. Condemn it, no. Because that's going to keep the shadow alive in ourselves. This is so beautiful because what we want is within our reach. So the energies are basically saying, for those of us female who need to allow the masculine to wake up more, let it be expressed. Let it be expressed. And look, this guy, right? The brother of Gaia, the green man, are partnering. Both of our sides, our male and female, need to partner more in their expression. The balance of male and female, the yin, the yang, number 2, balance. And it's such a beautiful card of spirit. So aligning our hearts and our brains in a focused allowing of belief is a natural, easy way. Sounds so simple, can't be true, but it is, to bring in our manifestation now more than ever. Okay. You hold in your heart a space to be filled. The female energies in all of us have been sequestered away or protected away in a cave, holding back, not really ready to be seen. This very bodacious woman emerging from the underground, emerging from the cave to really share her heart self, her wisdom. So this is number 8, which is prosperity, which is the eternal, what do you call it? The eternal 8, the infinity symbol, abundance symbol, the balance of male and female, the bringing about of both to the surface, with spirit knowing that your energy is supported, bring it into being. So she's a little bit sleepy herself, having been stirred and just about ready to embark out of the cave, out into the light, and be with Gaia. Gaia needs you. Act from your crown and heart. Number 3, right? Number 7, I'm sorry. Spiritual awakening. Spiritual awakening. This is a sacred place in Glastonbury, somewhere in England, Ireland. A woman depicting Terra, Earth, Gaia, growing energies of wisdom. Act from your crown and heart. Well, how can you act from your crown and heart if it's blocked? In the exercises, the daily practice of just observing self, observing actions, not beating up, having humor, watching where you are, watching others, making it somewhat fun. In fact, let me give you this. Before your feet hit the floor in the morning, start saying, everything is always working out for me. I'm going to have more fun. I'm going to have more freedom. I want more clarity. I want more wisdom. So sometimes the word want, it leaves more wanting, but let's just go with it right now. I desire, I want, I am looking forward to. This is so much fun. This is so great. I really would enjoy that you as me, were just saying these things before our feet hit the floor. So we have eagerness for the day, So when we notice we need to speak up and don't, we're going to observe, we're going to have humor about it, and we're not going to lose sleep over it. We're going to just observe and have things work themselves through us so that we will be and are receiving that which we desire from our brain and heart coherence and the energy supporting us, that which we want to bring into being. We're going to know that our hearts are filled for everyone, even those in some moments we say we don't like, can't stand, or are evil, because that's what transforms everything, the love. And Gaia needs us, yeah. Pachamama needs us. I'll give you an exercise for that I've been using, which has also been really helpful. And I will say, and I have it, okay, if I didn't bring it in the house, oh, here it is. I highly suggest getting a piece. It doesn't have to be this big. It doesn't have to look like this green quartz. I wish I were holding on to it when I met those people. I wish it was in my pocket, but it wasn't. So helps. Communication, the partnering, observing with others. So helps. I don't want to use the word tolerance. I want to use the word more allowing. Seeing others, allowing, not condemning, not condoning, but seeing others, and then it gives you more grace in trying situations, and it helps to uplift you when things are really pretty like smooth sailing. So the screen quartz. This is just an example, but I love having it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful color. Okay. And this last card is God, got a lot of number, a lot of 5s and 9s tonight. This is a number 9. You're not alone in the universe. So I'm very strongly. I've been reminded. Excuse me. In the last 10 days, 2 or 3 times, really strongly. Did I say strongly? We have to speak to our angels, our guides, whatever you want to call them. We have to speak to them and invite conversation. I felt this today. Thank you. I felt this today really strongly. Like I myself would like to come up with some generalistic questions, or maybe I have to put a note on my hand because the guides, angels, your high self wants to talk to you. Like I'm speaking to you right now and you hear some words. The invisible helpers want you to call them in. Hey, I need you. I need SOS. I need help. Hey, guys, let's have a conversation. I need to feel and know your presence. I know you're watching me, but now I need this answer to come to me. Show me a sign in a way that I can understand this really well. Give me some pointers. Give me some revelation. Give me some reveal. And I'm here. Or what do you think about the day? What do you think about this, guys? What do you think about that? What do you want? Let it go? Whatever. That's how I know about these current events about gamesters, scripts, some innocent, some players, bullshit. I may know it in a very general sense. I don't, too many that, well, all of us people who are reading cards or getting sensations, downloads, or whatever they want to call them, everybody has something. Not any one person I've ever heard has it all, but there's a lot of different pieces of information, right? Rumi said God, infinite source, had this great mirror of truth that busted. In a gazillion pieces, everyone picked up a sliver. So I don't listen to a lot of people because they have their own style, they have their own ways of talking. I don't find any of them 100% accurate. And, there's a tendency to pedestal people who are that. I would like to help others and make some living like that. But the point of my expression to you is to give you and share tools that you can just go do yourself. You could do this too. I'm going to share the grounding technique that I've been using, and then we're going to add all the numbers up together. Give me a moment. I've got a fur buddy knocking at the door. One second. Sorry. Come in. What? Come. So, thank you. Well, it's a distraction when someone has to get up and leave. Um, okay. So, I want to give you this grounding exercise. Some of you listening to this, you may know, and Debbie may know. And it is a Reiki master or a Reiki suggestion. I've said it before, but I'm bringing it up because of a lot of these female cards, because I'm finding it helpful, because it's something I do once or twice a day. You can do it in shoes, you can do it without. I've been practicing at least 5 to 7 days a week. I'll call it 5 days a week. At some point, walking barefoot on grass and dirt or cement if that's all you got. Grass if you can stand on a patch, if you're willing, shoes off. And notice if you walk for a while, if you were to walk for 10 minutes somewhere on a dirt road in bare feet, and then you go put your shoes back on, your feet feel different. They feel like different feet in the shoes. And you feel the shoes. But I did this exercise on this nature walk today, took off my shoes. I wanted to be with the earth. I was after this whole event with the parent and child thing, kind of wanted to really have the relationship return with that got interrupted with nature. And I wanted to feel the earth, whatever that felt like. Sometimes rocks kind of hurt, sometimes they didn't. I sort of looked at where to place my feet, and I placed my heel and stepped. And I did that. You walk even much slower. You can't walk fast. I observed a lot of people on this rail trail. They're in the woods, they're doing their exercise, they're walking, some talking, some not talking. How can you fully appreciate nature when you're walking so fast? How can you fully appreciate nature when you do that? You can't. You're not fully appreciating nature and becoming symbiotic. When you walk barefoot, when you walk slow, when you breathe, when you're willing to sense and feel and talk to trees and leaves and branches and see water rushing, when you see the little green spiders that mix into the grass, this is brilliant. That was brilliant because this is allowing this connection that we have with the earth. It assists us with our mastery. So here's the exercise. And I should write this down too, because, so what I do is something like this. You're barefoot, ideally barefoot. If you're not, that's okay. So I say, Pachit Mama, Earth, Terra, from the deepest sacred bowels of your belly. Let the plasma white light rise up to my feet, to my body, all the way through the head into the infinite source. And in there, you can, if you want, this light fills all my chakras, all my cells, all my organs, all the systems, permeating, penetrating, rising up, filling all my auric field, my hyperauric field, my subauric field, filling me, my vertebrae activated, and rising up through as this cord, this white light, plasma light, or cylinder light, however you want to picture it, rising up into the infinite and speeding through space into darkness, this white light, this rope, this cord, into the depths of deep space, into source energy, into Father God sky, wailing through, running through, going and going. And then, as it's still spreading out, it also does this U-turn. So some of it's spreading out into the infinitesimal abyss, depths of space, and yet part of it turns back down, and it's sort of making like this loop, and it dives back into me. Thank you so much. And it permeates, penetrates this white light, going everywhere inside me, and going back into the bowels of Pachuk Mama, Mother, Sacred Belly, deep, deep, deep into the earth, and making this loop. At the bottom, I see, and the plasma light spreads out like starbursts, spreads out into the depths of Mama Pachuk Belly, and goes everywhere for fun, healing, protection, kindness, care, virtue, uplifting, thanks, appreciation. And then they say the same. And this energy up in deep space in Father Sky, source energy at its top, whatever the top is, right? It's infinitesimal. But from that loop part, it spreads out into space. Gratitude, virtue, care, protection, kindness, and just heals, penetrates, assimilates. We have all this great love energy, this great powerful energy, your care, spread everywhere into the depths of space and into the bowels of the earth, spreading that foundation and care. Now, you may say it differently. That's okay. You can also surround your chakras as the light comes up if you choose to. And it may be different on different days. But when you do this exercise, you'll start to feel this fun, this power, this uplift, the you that's a master. You can be a master in training if you want. But you as master, you partnered with the masters, you calling and commanding in, you as a divine being in a human body, playing. Because it's our imagination, it's our words. We get to create, we get to do whatever. So why not do the very thing we really want to feel, we really want to become? We have moments of slippage. I did today. I shared that with you. But hey, now is now. Let's see what the numbers add up to. So we will have a 5, we will have a 9, we will have an 8, we will have a 7, and we will have a number 9. Okay, 9, 10, 15. That will be 15. Let's see, 9 and 9 is 18, 38, 11, 2. The final number for these cards is balance. The final number for this card is 2. Male, female, light, dark, yin, yang. Where would I put that? 1 second. Honey, I need this. You just take that. Thank you. Cat was lying on part of the book. Let's see. All that I wrote. Let's see. Vibration of balance, male, female, light, dark. Co-create with the universe. Just give you an exercise. Co-create with the universe. Okay. Sometimes means creating with a partner, partnership, new partner. So some of you, or you may be in a partnership with new people. if not a lover, they may be a new friend, they may be a new neighbor, they may be that you have a new relationship within your family or a friend and creating new. A number of optimism, seeking harmony in conflict, resonates with peace, flexibility, diplomacy, adaptability. Expect harmony and balance. Allow yourself to connect with your higher self. So, and again, points to the vibration in relationships, communication, and teamwork. I had a lot of that going on. Maybe you did too. And this is really nice, that balance of creating with the universe. I think that was a really, really good. I want to just do one thing because I don't always get the Wake to Divine Masculine. So let's get that one. Let's see what the author had to say about Waking the Divine Masculine. Just a little curious. There he is. Okay. The rebirth of the Green Man. Breathe life into the cold heart of patriarchal society. Remind him or yourself of the male creation figure within. So I would take for myself, it is okay to speak up, even if I can't find the right words. Comes out how it comes out. Sometimes people need to be shaken because they've been fully asleep. Your words may be a catalyst for them to be awake. And if it's a catalyst only that they stay in their ego and yell back at you and say, hey, maybe I deserve that, but you know what? You don't know that what I know. And you need to be aware. Not my job to fully wake you up, but since we co-created, you ended up in my face, you get what you get. And then you can always talk to yourself later, have humor and peace. But the point is right now, ladies and gentlemen, speak up. Every opportunity teaches. If you didn't fully express in one opportunity, there will be another to express. Take yourself off the hook. Know that it's masters in training. Sometimes you have A pluses, and sometimes you have C plus B minus. You're not flunking. You can't get it wrong. It's just learning and growing. And since you're open to change and expansion, doing great. Just want to say, this is pretty interesting. Let's see. Sleeping through the centuries up high and out of sight in the architecture of cathedrals and chapels is the figure of the Green Man. There are over 110 in Roslin Chapel alone. Roslin Chapel is probably Ireland or England. In this painting, the cold stone is filling with green vital life force, and expressing that the Green Man is an essential archetype and creation figure. It is time for the Divine Masculine to take his place beside Divine Feminine once again. This knowledge and balance will transform our society as we know it. It will ultimately transform our society. So we had these great cards. The Green Man, goals in reach. Hold on to the heart. You hold in your heart the space to be filled. Gaia needs you. Act from your heart and crown. You're not alone in the universe. So, I wish that this was helpful. It's one of my shorter readings. All the colors are really great. They really speak to us, our own waking up. It really speaks to our own expression. It really speaks to our own creation and power. It really speaks to becoming more intuitive, psychic, and just aware. It speaks to wanting that foundation in ourselves where there's red, green color, our passion, our fire, our creativity, our base for launching ourselves, for accepting ourselves, for changing beliefs, for looking at beliefs and expanding on them into something new. And in the end, when you're not alone, remember, we must speak to our angels. So a lot of you that will hear this, you're intuitive, whether you know it or not. Me too. Let's accept that gift. Let's have it partner with all these examples of how the energy supports us during this energetic shift. And June may still be a firecracker. However, we are, if you wish, activate the power within, notice, observe, let yourself be transformed, transmute, and let's keep growing. Let's herald in this age of Aquarius. Let's take accountability. Let's shift ourselves. Let's partner with the energy shift. Let's take ourselves off the hook with some humor and know that everything's an opportunity. You are powered by the stars. Hold on to faith. You'll go so very far. All right, I will talk to you later, and thank you for showing up. I really appreciate you. Stay bright.